What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pro Gamer Manager, the career mode. This is episode 10, and in the last episode, forgot to add a point. Let's see. We did all the guns 2 episodes ago. We've just kind of been working this, getting that up. We got up inside 20,000 for our world ranking, getting closer and closer to what I think is going to be when you can get gold. We did get the first upgrade for the gear, aiming to get the second one here soon. Our streaming has gone up to level 3, almost 4 now. We've gotten to see the little MMO thing with the streaming. But a big thing that I did get asked in the comments of the last episode was to do a little bit of talking. This was from R. King, I believe his name was. Let's see, we're going to get it right. Yes, R. King, who had suggested that I kind of talk about my personal opinion of the new patch and the new announcements that the game has made. So, between the last episode and when I'm recording this one, we did get patch 175, which is what I'm playing on right now. From what I've read in the last patch here, which I do have the patch notes, you're going to hear me tabbing out constantly. How unprofessional. But yeah, so most of the things that came up in the last patch are related to the manager mode more so than the career mode. Like, they did some graphical changes to this mode from what they say. I haven't played career mode since the last episode, so this is the first time I'm getting an idea to play on it here. But for the most part, it's all information related to the manager mode. So we're just kind of gonna go through them a little bit. We will continue playing so that it's not just sitting at the open screen me talking. There will actually be some actual content going on. But so a lot of the new features, again, like I said, have to do more with the manager mode. There's more control, what it seems like, in the manager mode. The manager actually can do things now, rather than before it seemed like, which if you watch the old series, a lot of the stuff that we were doing were pretty much just kind of, none of it was real serious. Like, we kind of ran everything, but there weren't a lot of extra things to do later, which now, you know, just as we finish the one series, they add all the cool things like sending your team to tournaments and all that kind of stuff. So now you can do things like phone call your players, set team meetings, so that you can speak with them, kind of give what your expectations are for the season. They did some balance changes to leagues 3 and 4. They have an option now to bid on other team players. You can customize and rename teams now. Different behaviors for other teams related to you, trying to pick up your players. You can invite celebrities. You can talk to sponsors about upping what you're making or cutting them off. Just all kinds of different things. Different characters can be invited to your team house. You can set up in-house tournaments for fans and people like that. So just a couple, quite a few little things added in there to kind of spice it up a little bit. And for the most part, so back to the main thing that we're going to talk about, which was what are my feelings on the patch. I think the patch is good. I think they're headed in the right direction. Again, but the big news that the patch also came with was that they are planning to release the game the 29th. The 29th of April is the planned date for the release of Pro Gamer Manager. So it's right around the corner, right? This patch came out April 15th. So 14 days, right? There's 14 days. Now, if they give out a patch once a week, let's say, right? Once a week. That's 2 more patches before the release of the game. So likely one more patch for early access, and then there'll be the actual release, like a patch when released. Now there's quite a few people that are upset about this, and in my opinion, I think, like a lot of people, I think that they're rushing this way too fast. I think that they've gotten a lot of attention off of this game, and the game is starting to rise in interest, and I think they feel that because the game is getting more interest and more... We did just hit Gold League, though, if you did not see that. I thought I'd at least say something about it. But I think because they feel like the game is getting more attention, they have to rush things. And there's still not a lot of people that know about this game. The game's... The general ideas behind the game are amazing. I think that, you know, where the game wants to go in, you know, X amount of time. I don't know exactly how long, you know, whatever. I think it is in the right direction. But at the moment, the game is still crazy early access. Like, this game is a lot of fun to play, but there have been people that have said it's fun to play for a few hours because the game is very repetitive. It's very repetitive. It's very, you know, grindy. You just click next, click next, click next. That's how the game is, right? And other people have made comments that at the moment the game doesn't really stand out to other sports simulation games, right? Because at the end of the day, Pro Gamer Manager is a esports simulation game, right? Either as a player or a manager. But at the moment, the game just doesn't stand up to games like Football Manager, Basketball Manager, whatever manager. Not soccer, but like I think there's a baseball one also. You know, those kind of games. This game doesn't stand up to those ones at the moment. It's too early access, which isn't bad. It's gotten a lot of feedback, and I think that that's great. And I think that each patch makes the game more and more compelling and more interesting. But there's not enough yet. There's not enough to really keep someone hooked. If that makes sense. Like, unless you're someone who, like me, is making a series, so there's other goals outside of the obvious, or you just love playing simulation style games, you're not gonna get hooked past 3-4 hours. 3-4 hours is as far as you're probably going to make it, mainly because there's just not enough yet. You know, they're adding things like the other tournaments, and speaking with players, they added B teams in to the manager mode. All those kinds of things are great. They're great. But it's still not enough to fulfill a finished game, in my opinion. Again, another thing that people have talked about that I will address is that the game looks unfinished. It's not fully polished yet, in my opinion. It's got a lot of good things towards it. It's got a good layout, but the graphics are still not where I'd like them. You know, these kinds of things, these little things, like the overall graphics is fine. You know, it's an indie game. It's a more low budget. That's fine. You know, that's fine. That's why it's on early access, because it's got to keep building funding in order to continue growing from there. As I just knock a key off on the keyboard. Not knock it off, but hit the key. But I think that... What was I thinking of? I'm terrible at these, like, staying on topic. But I think... We'll just sum it up here. I think the game is not ready to be released. The idea that it's going to be released makes me sad. Which you might think is a weird way of saying it, but that's the word I'm going to choose, is sad. because I think this game has a lot of potential, and I've loved playing this game, and I've loved seeing the journey that the game has taken from when it first came out, or when I first started playing it, per se, to now. It feels like an entirely different game. But, alright, a big but here. But it's not ready to be given out to the general public, right? So the game is obviously early access, but like not everybody's going to know about it yet. But as soon as it gets released, more people are probably going to know about this game. But what's going to end up happening, like some people have said, it's going to get a lot of negative reviews because it's not fully polished and it's not completed. And it's not really close to being completed either. There's still just so much more that this game lacks. So, hopefully that answered everyone's questions. And again, I will stress this. I cannot stress this enough. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. Everyone is open to their own opinion. Feel free to leave it in the comments. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on this. You know, because again, the things that I say are not written in stone, and it's not the final say in things. But that's my personal opinion, is the game isn't ready to be released. It's still got so much more that needs to be worked on. So, back to the actual game here, as I'm going to X out of a couple of things there. So, back in. So, we did get gold. We're getting closer and closer to that second level. We're pretty much just trying to finish streaming to get there. And we're almost to 80 grand, which I think we'll probably do one more day and then maybe try and move into a new place. Because I think that's going to be, it's going to be a pretty good thing. It's kind of like one of those first big milestones, right? We've gotten to Gold League, and now kind of move out of the place we're in now, and, you know, get something of our own. We can actually do RPGs now. Cool. Alright, we'll just keep on grinding a couple of games here. But yeah, so hopefully that answered everyone's questions. You know, if you have more questions that you'd like me to answer in future episodes, feel free to leave them in the comments. As soon as I record and read those and record them, the next one after, I'll answer as many as I can. I'm terrible with names. I'll let you know that right away. I am terrible with names, so if I don't call you by your name, I apologize. Mainly because I can visually see your avatar of who said it, and I know what you said, but I can't remember who said it, which is terrible. I'm like that in real life. Can't remember your name to save your life, but if I see you, I can remember a face, which I don't know if that's good or bad, right? I guess it can't be too good if I don't even know who you are after seeing you, but you know, at least I'll know I've seen you before. So we are actually gotten pretty good with the world ranking here. Moved up quite a bit. A lot of points haven't been spent this playthrough, mainly because we've just been talking a lot. But that's alright. That's alright. Those kinds of things are just extra, right? Just extra. We're just having a nice time here, having a little chat. Most of this is more could have just ended up being podcast format than an actual video, but hopefully you're enjoying the game. You know, we're getting pretty close here to getting farther and farther. We're gonna play the RPG now, and we're gonna sleep, and then we should be able to move into our own place, which will be pretty cool to have our own spot. you know, not be living with the parents anymore, be, you know, moving out, be a little independent, fend for ourselves a little bit. So house, move to your own house. I still don't know what that means. I guess it's just one of these two. So we're gonna go for Kings Road 21. We're moving, guys. Get in the van, everybody hop in. We are in our own place now. I can't tell, like, what this is supposed to do. Like, I assume we're in our own place now. Like, it's a much nicer place, I'll say that. But yeah, so I think have we still not hit it? What are we missing? Oh, there we go. Now we own it. I don't know why it did that. It's weird. But there you go. So maybe I had to click on stream for it to actually read that I got level 5. But there you go. So we have the Game Master Turbo now. We got a Pro, what is that? A Pro keyboard, Pro mouse, and Pro headset. So we're getting there. We're moving up in the world. But that's going to do it for this part, guys. We've moved into our own place. We're moving up. We're now Gold League, working towards Plat now. So I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have a comment, question, or concern, or would like to comment on your feelings about the patch and its direction, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next part.